I'm Michael Toland. I'm a professor in the College of Education, or specifically the Judith Kerr College of Education. I'm also the first full-time executive director of the Urban Innovation Center, which is a 100% endowed position. We're fully funded by the center. It's not grant funded as well, and also for research assistance. And hopefully we can boom that next year as well with some interesting projects. What I'm going to do today is talk a little bit about the center, who we kind of operate, and also a little snapshot of some of the ongoing projects we have right now. You can see the mission, the vision of the center. The general gist is basically we're focused on really pushing forward, right, maximizing the learning and teaching that can occur for teachers and learners. And even when you are a learner, you also are a teacher, right? Because you have to teach yourself that information and share it with others as well, right? Now, what do? You can think of us as a support. We support primarily faculty and students in the Judith Kerr College of Education, whether it be providing research opportunities, funding to faculty for professional development, for research, finding partners for them. You name the list, we are that shop that people do. When it comes down to partners, we partner with school districts, we partner with faculty of other institutions, faculty here at Toledo, the list goes on. That's kind of the theme I'm going to kind of stress a little bit. Okay? Who we partner with, I can't tell you everybody we partner with. This is too much, right? I would list them all, and it would be probably sitting here about 10 minutes. All right. So what I'm going to emphasize here on this snapshot of some of the projects. Okay. And I'm going to preface: I am not the PI on all of these projects. Okay. Because we're more with support. Okay. I'm going to tell you sort of like who we partner with, a little bit about the projects, right, and what we in the center are doing to support these projects. Okay. That's the focus. So for the first one, CAP, Curricular Analytics Project. Some of you in department chairs, official dean roles, and other roles have heard of this project. This project is focused on capturing data from 30 universities across the U.S., all of their curricular information. Think of all of those 40-degree plans and capturing the complexity of those plans, right? And linking that to student outcomes. Imagine student variables, student outcomes, 40-degree plans, 6-year plans, and rates and stuff like that. We basically, on this project, are partnering with folks on the project, and then who our partners specifically are, right? University of Arizona, Colorado State University. We also have Send-In, who is the funder of this project, right? Now, our partners are 30 different universities, right? We've captured more than 1 million data points on, I think, somewhere around 100 different variables in total for this project. We probably could analyze the data until we want to retire. That's not what we want to do, right? So our job is to basically manage the data, merge all the data, analyze the data, have fun with it, and try some new statistical models we haven't tried before. That's going to be the fun part. That's what we are doing. The second project, Literacy Everywhere Project, is a 1-year project for the state of Ohio, where the PI is Kate Delaney in the College of Education. So I can't take credit for this, right? But our unit is helping basically do surveys of those that are homeless or at risk of being homeless across the state of Ohio, focused specifically on literacy. Our population target are those that are caring for kids either 0 to 5, and the importance of literacy. Another way to address the issue of COVID, right, and the gap is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And end product is to produce these toolkits that are available to be given to different agencies across the state, provide to those that are homeless or at risk of being homeless, right? And eventually, we want to go for an IES, goal 2, but now it's called Development Innovation. So we're setting it up already. The third project there, I am the PI on that one. This is a partnership with colleagues out of Indiana at a small STEM academy, middle school and high school, grade 5 and grade 7, specific focus, right? Our partners there, and also Tinkerworks. Tinkerworks is a for-profit company that is interested in basically asking us independently, right, evaluate their product. They will get our independent opinion on whether or not the supplemental curriculum, compared to not providing curriculum, right, normal teaching, right, within these computer science courses, right, actually is boosting general outcomes such as computational thinking. We don't know yet. We're right in the middle of the study. It's a cluster randomized trial. If you're curious. one there is Data University. This is an evaluation project, just like it sounds like. We're evaluating basically the services they provide to the local, low-income communities around the area. And the services we're providing, learning, teaching parents how to be a parent, teaching parents how to be fiscally responsible for the money that they're earning and how to get themselves out of poverty. We're doing an evaluation of that service. Transition outcomes intervention for students with ASD. This is probably the third or fourth NIH study we've had. This was IES. The other one was NIH. This is an IES-funded project with a colleague at Ball State University. We collaborated for many years, like I mentioned, right? Basically, we took her Compass, which was specifically geared towards helping teachers that are not well trained in all of the areas of special education. They might get during their training a module or two on how to work with student problems. An expansion of that so they can do a better job of serving student possibly. In this study, we're basically doing a multi-site, longitudinal, multi-randomized trial to basically look at the transition age of kids possibly, right, as they move into the real world, which is unfortunately a sad story because many of the kids get done and they don't find jobs. So the studies that help with that transition. Training loads and injuries in high school. Cross-country runners. So I'm a runner, so I like this study a lot. So basically, we're looking at if your training load increases too frequently, right, are you going to increase the occurrence, right, time to event, right, of an injury? This is a fun study. Longitudinally looking at time to event analysis, and that's what we're helping. I'm going to come back to the part of this in a second to skip some of it. So the last one here, strength training efficacy study. This is a DoD funded study with the PI University of Connecticut. We get collaborators at Central Florida University, and then also the PI and subaward here, Stephen Jones, in science and health and human services. So this study basically, like it says right there, right, we're looking at that knee pain. So what we're doing with this DoD, right? So DoD is like, why would we want to fund the project? Our results will be helpful for the military folks that have a tendency to have a high onset of knee injury, right? And so the hope is that in the project, we can actually have trained individuals, right, on these in-home PD that they can do for free, right? It is effective over the 6 year, we have to do an 18-month follow-up as well with the project. So let me actually recognize some of my collaborators and partners that I kind of skipped over. I didn't want to forget them. So in the first study, like I think I mentioned earlier, a colleague in Arizona, Colorado State University, and also funding institutes. And Literacy Everywhere, which is funded by the state of Ohio, Department of Education. Yes. Department of Education. We have colleagues in Health and Human Services, Cedric Cleary. We have colleagues in my college, so Christine Fox. We have Kate Delaney, who's a PI. We also have Susanna Hatfield, who's a co-PI, and myself, who is another co-investigator. The third project right there, that one's smaller. I had mentioned TinkerWorks. I mentioned Dr. Duger, who's a postdoc with me, and I are doing basically the design, the analysis, and getting of the project. Also with Karen Esper, who's actually the one that's on the ground in the school helping us to collect the data, because we're not going to drive 2.5 hours every time we collect it. It's just not going to be worth our time. But he's our research affiliate. Data University, Kelly Kaiser is the one that actually asked us to work with this project, invited us to UPI, but we're the ones actually doing all of the evaluation. For the top one right there, for autism, that project, again, I said the PI is at Ball State University. That's Lisa Rubel. And we have collaborators also, Home Extension is also at Ball State University. And then we have, I'm going to be blank here for a little bit, right? But there are different autism specific groups across the state and Indiana that are also partnering in this project. Training work, cross country. This one's just basically in-house. And then the final study there that I already said is UConn and us in South Florida. The gist here basically is that I want to talk with you all with ways to find partnerships. This is probably more on the soft side of the sciences, right? But you can see how we fit in terms of helping design studies, analyzing data, finding partnerships. We also, I like to do this with RSDN, they like to do this too. I actually like that stuff. It's actually like, it's easy to do. It gives me free time to just download. All right, that's it, you guys.